Time for everybody's favorite genre, the mystery adventure game. Though honestly, the mystery adventure game genre is kind of winding down on the Famicom. By my count, there are 3 mystery games left, 2 of which are part of established series, and all of which are in 1990. Part of the fun of Famidaily is that we saw a genre's birth, explode into popularity, and then gradually fade away. As for this adventure game, Super Express Satsujin Jiken is the second game in the Nishimura Kyoutarou mystery series. Nishimura Kyoutarou was an author who specialized in murder mysteries where the victim was found on a train. I think I mentioned it in my video for the first game in the series, Blue Train Satsujin Jiken, but it actually bothers me a bit that the train isn't really used as part of the mystery. Once more, the train is just where the body is found, and then the cops in Osaka do some regular investigation. The background of the case is that a high-speed train pulls into Osaka Station with a dead woman in a private room. She's the head of a high-end fashion company, and the police suspect her husband of being the murderer, but they can't crack his alibi. From that, there's really no reason that the killing had to be on a train. It could have just as easily been in her house or office, and absolutely nothing would have changed here. Well, except for how done it. But that's a trivial thing to transplant. The rest of the plot consists of going around to people's homes and offices and questioning them about the events of the murder and the woman who was killed. Something that doesn't really require the train as background. Super Express Satsujin Jiken is quite a departure from the previous game. Blue Train Satsujin Jiken had a system where there were multiple avenues of investigation and you switched between 3 detectives, while this one is about as straightforward as you can get. One nice feature they added is that you have a notepad. Under the Examine command, it's always available and it will tell you what's going on. Another feature that I didn't get to was at one point you have to assemble a suspect's face. Pick out a hairstyle, eyes, nose. Apparently people found this to be kind of tricky at the time. The storyline is a lot more straightforward as well. The killer is identified relatively early on, and you spend most of the game trying to find them, rather than figuring out who killed the woman. The interface is a familiar one for anyone who's seen one of these mystery adventure games. You've got a list of commands, and when you pick one out, you can pick out a noun to go with them. One quirk of the menu interface I saw was that it draws the cursor well before it draws the next menu, so I kept thinking that I accidentally went too far when I selected a command. Super Express Satsujin Jiken does include one of my least favorite game mechanics in these Famicom adventure games, repeating the same action over and over again until you get a different result. It's something that's clearly done to just pad out the game a bit, but at this point everyone's aware of that trick, and so you just repeat the menu commands until something changes. In Japan, this game isn't well remembered at all. In fact, both Nishimura Kyoutarou mystery games on the Famicom are a bit difficult to find. They're not wildly expensive, they're just obscure. While it's always hard for me to evaluate adventure games for Famidaily, this one kinda felt middle of the road to me. It's got some interesting features, but they come pretty late in the game. And the rest of it just winds up feeling like a standard mystery game. It's not bad, it just doesn't really stand out.